everybody, stop what you're doing. It's time to talk about weather. Hello, Carson Meredith with you. It is 6:50 p.m. on Sunday, September 22nd, 2024. That, my friends, of course, means it is the first evening of fall. Hope you're well. Hope your loved ones are well. Hopefully you've been able to dodge the raindrops today. Hasn't been a lot, but there's been a lucky few once again that were treated to those hit and miss showers so far today. I got a few showers to show you on the maps here in just a second as we talk about tonight's forecast, but I'm going to do things a little differently tonight for our conversation. So if you've watched me my 8 months here, you know I usually show all the maps and then go to the 10-day at the end of our broadcast. Well, there is just a lot of day-by-day details in our 10-day forecast this week that I'm pretty much going to go to the 10-day quickly tonight, and I'm just going to go one day at a time because we have a lot of rain chances to talk about. We've got some storm chances in the mix as well, and we got some tropical mischief in there, and then we've got a pattern by the end of the week that who knows what's going to happen. That's how chaotic that weather pattern is going to be by week's end. So that is what we are going to talk about tonight. A lot of folks already chiming in. How about this? Weather Geek. I got a chuckle out of this while I was waiting to go on. Got 28 drops of rain in the south end this evening. Good. Hey, you know what, Weather Geek? 28 is better than 0, right? 28 is better than 27. You get the idea. Hope you're well. Amber says hello from LaGrange. Shout out to Oldham County. Michael C. Wells says love the rain. Need some cooler weather now. We're getting there. We're getting there. You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. It was a little cooler today than I expected. If you watched me this morning, I said a forecast high of 87 in Louisville. That did not happen. It was quite a bit cooler, but I'm not complaining. And I don't think a lot of you are either. Judith says good evening as well. Hoping for rain where she's at. Anita says happy first day of fall. DJ King says hello. Brandon's asking about Friday night football. It's never too early to think about Friday night football, right? There could be some rain for Friday night football. We're going to talk about that here in just a few minutes. Let's see. Destiny says hello. Hot Mess Summer on YouTube says, looks like it might rain for Louder Than Life next week, huh? Yes. Is it going to be a washout? I hope not. I can't give you a straight answer on that right now, but I do have rain in the forecast for several days. In fact, all of the days of Louder Than Life. And we'll explain that as the night goes on. Kay said she got 12 drops of rain in Henry County. That's good, Kay, but remember, 12 is better than none, right? So, yeah, it's been very hit and miss today. Quite frankly, I thought we'd have more showers and storms to talk about, but we've had a lot of dry time this weekend. We had a lot of dry time for Bourbon and beyond. If you were watching our 6 o'clock newscast on the TV side of things, we were tracking one little shower that went right over Louisville, that went right over Bourbon and beyond. And right as I was going on air for my forecast, you could see everybody on that SkyTrack camera putting on their ponchos or their umbrella hats or whatever they have to keep themselves dry. It was a quick little shower, and that's all there was to it. And that's all we still have on radar tonight. Temperature-wise, by the way, I'll just get this out of the way. It's 79 here in the city at the moment. And a lot of the cloud cover from earlier this morning just didn't budge. We haven't seen a ton of sunshine here in the city all day. It's been a wide range of temperatures, though. If you live in Indiana, if you live here in Louisville, LaGrange, basically along I-64 and north, you were socked into those clouds today. So you only had those high temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. But if you're watching us tonight down in E-Town, even Bardstown to an extent, Greensburg, Campbellsville, you guys have been under a lot of sunshine today. And that allowed you all to warm up quite a bit more than your friends to the north. So one of those odd days where those temperatures were all over the place. All right, here's radar. Not a lot going on. That's a good thing. And as the evening goes on, I expect any of these showers that you see now to gradually fizzle out. Could we still have a couple of isolated showers overnight tonight? Yes. I have a 20% chance for a couple of stray showers while you're sleeping overnight tonight. Otherwise, we'll get a little break in our rain chances for, I'd say, through the night tonight and even the first part of your Sunday, or Monday, I should say. I don't want to go backwards because my weekend starts tomorrow. Let's zoom in on Louisville, okay? Pretty quiet. Couple little blips. There's one out near Fern Creek and Glen Mary. There's another blip in Valley Station off Stone Street Road, New Cut Road, St. Andrews Church Road. If you live near any of those roads down there. In southwestern Jefferson County, you're getting some lighter showers at the moment. Scoot things up into Oldham County, where we have some light showers scooting on by. Mainly in the eastern part of Oldham County, so LaGrange points north. Light shower between Pendleton and Newcastle and Henry County. And we got a few little sprinkles in Shelby County as well, out near Shelbyville itself, of course, and then right over Simpsonville, right over the outlet shops. So this is going to be the story for the rest of the evening, guys. Just very light, isolated showers. And as the evening goes on, those shower chances are dropping. Like I mentioned, 20% chance through the overnight hours for more of these isolated showers. That's all. A lot of us will stay dry. I'm going to zoom things back out real quick because there's one caveat to that forecast that I just mentioned for overnight tonight. If you look closely, just outside of Wave Country to our west, there are a few downpours trying to develop. I don't even see much in the way of lightning. That lightning count you see is from some storms in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. But as this particular little boundary scoots through, not the cold front, but just a little smaller boundary, these downpours are going to be moving east into that area of central Kentucky that saw more sunshine today. We all know what more sunshine means. It means it's a little warmer, means there's a little more fuel in the atmosphere. So it's not totally out of the question that if these downpours out near Madisonville, Kentucky, hold on as they continue pushing east, that we could perhaps see more downpours in our southern counties. So Grayson, LaRue, Marion, Taylor, Greene, Hart counties, Adair County too. That's something I'll watch on radar as the night goes on. I don't expect severe weather at all. That's really the only thunderstorm chance we have for this evening and overnight tonight. And even then, I'm not totally sold on it, but it is something that we will watch. Michelle says, what's the weather like for the St. James Art Fair? We're just outside of the art fair window, Michelle. It's 2 weekends from now, I believe, right? First weekend of October. That's what it always is. We're just outside of that window right now. We're close. We'll start to get a better idea of that forecast that weekend in 3 days, 2 or 3 days. So stay tuned to answer your question. Rebecca said that she had a nice shower pass through Oldham County this afternoon. We mentioned a couple sprinkles moving through Oldham County again. Adam up in Bloomington says only 0.04 inches of rain, 4/100ths of an inch. That is quite literally a drop in the bucket. Not a lot. If you missed out today, if you missed out yesterday, though, we've got a lot more storm chances and rain chances in general to talk about. Tanya says, hello. Angela's always watching. Hope you're well, my friend. Sean says, good evening from Taylorsville. Had some good rain at the Bats game earlier today. Yeah, the season finale for the Bats. I was driving back into work for the evening shift and saw some raindrops on my windshield. I looked over to Slugger Field as I was driving through the junction, and they were still playing. So glad it wasn't heavy enough rain to cause any huge issues for our Bats as they close out their season. Okay, so that's the radar view locally. you can see the wider view. That cold front is still off to our north and west. And guys, it's going to take forever for this cold front to get close to us and then finally move away. It could be a long time. Now, look at the low pressure that's in the Ozarks right now, central Missouri. What's going to happen over the next couple of days is you're going to have basically these little spins in the atmosphere. They're just kind of riding along this front. Now, those little spins will eventually finally get this front moving east, but as each of those little spins in the atmosphere scoots along that front, it's going to allow for those pockets of showers and storms. So that's why we keep saying it's not going to rain every single second over the next 10 days. It's going to be these waves of showers and storms that'll be passing through. But again, for tonight, not a lot. Some models suggesting these showers in northern Indiana may make it here. I'm not totally convinced on that, however. Next 12 hours, we mentioned 20% chance for an isolated pop-up overnight. I'm not even worried about thunder overnight tonight. So you can sleep easy. Might be a little soothing if you get a shower that pops up over your house overnight tonight, but we're in good shape. Temperature-wise, it's going to be a warm and muggy night, though. It is the first night of fall. It does not feel like it at all. 71 is our low here in Louisville. 60s are a good bet elsewhere. And here's Futurecast. Looking good. 10:30 tonight. A couple light showers around. I think the coverage of the showers that this model is showing overnight is a little overdone. In other words, it's showing more showers than I think what will actually happen. But again, low chances overnight tonight. Okay, that's tonight. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the forecast. Here comes your 10-day. And you're probably thinking, why in the world are you already showing the 10-day? You've only been on for 10 minutes. Well, there is just so many pieces to this 10-day puzzle, guys, that it's easier for me to comprehend, and it's probably easier for you to comprehend if we just go one by one over the next 10 days. So let's just start off with tomorrow, okay? It is not going to rain all day tomorrow. It's not going to rain all day tomorrow. It's not a washout. For the Monday morning commute, there's a good chance that we will be dry. I keep that small shower chance in the forecast tomorrow morning, but my focus tomorrow is going to be during the afternoon. That's when one of those little spins in the atmosphere I was talking about a few minutes ago tries to scoot through, tries to scoot along that cold front that's out to our west. And that's going to set off that first round of showers and storms. Let's time it out on Futurecast. This is for Monday. This is not tonight. This is not tonight. This is tomorrow, okay? 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here comes the rain. Widespread rain moving into our western counties just after lunch. And you notice it's just mostly a lot of rain with embedded thunderstorms, which is good because that would help limit the severe weather threat. You also notice ahead of all that rain, a lot of cloud cover. A lot of cloud cover. Kind of like we had today. Cloud cover keeps things cooler, limits the fuel in the atmosphere for storms to go strong to severe. So if we have this big old cluster of rain, and if we have a lot of clouds that'll be lingering throughout the day, early in the day tomorrow, I think the severe weather risk is pretty low. However, as we go through the afternoon, some models, not necessarily this one I'm showing you, but some models suggest we get a little bit of clearing, and we could have a couple of stronger storms in our southern counties in particular. So basically south of I-64 across Kentucky, south of Louisville across Kentucky. So Hardinsburg, E-Town, Bardstown, Lebanon, Hodgenville, Campbellsville, Greensburg, Mumfordville, all of my friends down there to the south. We're going to watch you guys in particular for maybe a few of those embedded thunderstorms tomorrow that could have gusty winds in addition to rain and lightning. Every storm is going to have heavy rain and lightning. Some of those stronger storms could have gusty winds. But again, we have a lot of things working in our favor tomorrow with the cloud cover and the fact that this is more of a rainy setup instead of a stormy setup. Nonetheless, Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma has that level 1 marginal risk for maybe a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings tomorrow afternoon. I think the main zone I'll be watching is south of the parkways, so where I'm circling here, right here, for that gusty wind potential during the afternoon. So that's the story for tomorrow, guys. It's not a washout. Is it going to be the prettiest day? Of course not. It's going to be cloudy, and we'll have rain moving through, especially during the afternoon. But it's not a washout, and I'm not really all that worried about seeing a ton of severe storms. Just maybe 1 or 2 rogue storms that drop some gusty winds for 15 minutes. And then that's it. Okay? Everybody got that? Let's type 1, 2, 3 if you're good with Monday's forecast. And while you all type 1, 2, 3 in the comments so I can see, we'll go to Tuesday. Now, Tuesday is a little different in a couple of ways. First of all, oh, here come the 1, 2, 3s. Beautiful. Sean, Adam, Lauren, Tanya. Awesome. Good deal. So, number one thing about Tuesday that's different from Monday is it appears as if the higher rain and storm chances on Tuesday are earlier in the day. Instead of being in the afternoon, you notice on Futurecast, we could see storms moving in from the west as early as 7 or 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. And of course, I add a huge caveat here that this timing can certainly still change. This is not a clear-cut weather pattern, right? But another thing we'll have to keep in mind on Tuesday is that stalled cold front out west right now that I showed you about 5 minutes ago is going to be closer to us by Tuesday. What does that mean? That means a little more shear, a little more wind energy in the atmosphere. And if we get breaks in the clouds to heat us up on Tuesday, and if the timing of these storms change to where it's later in the afternoon, we may have a slightly higher threat for a few strong storms. This is on Tuesday, not Monday. This is for Tuesday. So you notice on Futurecast, this is 10 a.m. Tuesday morning. Let me take it full real quick since it looks, it's busy. 10 a.m. Tuesday morning, we've got widespread thunderstorms across pretty much all of wave country. Now, this timing would work in our favor, like I said, because it's not at the peak heat of the day. It's still in the morning hours when we don't have as much instability. We don't have as much fuel, okay? But if that storm timing goes, I don't know, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, we may have some problems on Tuesday. So this is still a very fluid situation, a very fluid setup for Tuesday in particular. I'm fairly confident about how tomorrow's going to play out. Beyond that, it gets a little more fuzzy. And it's like I said last night here on Wave Weather Now. It's going to be the first thing affects the second thing, which affects the third thing, so on and so forth. It's going to be a chain reaction all week with this setup. But anyway, 10 a.m., bare minimum, we'll likely have heavy rain and thunderstorms across wave country Tuesday morning. And you notice as we go into the afternoon, a lot of the storms push east. So it's going to be a flip of what we have Monday. Monday, mostly dry in the morning, storms in the afternoon. Tuesday, storms early in the morning or during the morning, drier in the afternoon. I will say, though, at this stage of the game, there is no severe weather risk for wave country on Tuesday. The SPC hasn't issued a marginal risk, slight risk, what have you. So that's a good sign, right? But again, if that timing changes ever so slightly, I wouldn't be surprised if they did add a risk for severe weather on Tuesday. So no alert days at this point for Tuesday, but it's something we will watch, okay? So that's Tuesday. Jay is asking, are we seeing the potential for vortices? I know what vortices are. Susan says, tornadoes all week, basically. No. Could we have a small tornado threat on Tuesday in particular? Maybe, but I think that threat is very, very slim. Okay? My main focus, if we do see severe storms this week, will be the straight line gusty winds, not the spinny winds. Okay? So hope that answers your question. Okay, so that's Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday. That will come down to where the cold front is, basically. If that cold front is still nearby, we'll have some scattered showers both of those days. If that cold front is further to the east, we may not see quite as many showers for Wednesday and Thursday. Renee is asking, the Luke Bryan concert is on Thursday. I didn't realize it was that soon. That's in Shelbyville, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Renee. But for the concert on Thursday out in Shelby County, small shower chance. I'm not worried about thunderstorms on Thursday. So we don't have to worry about lightning delays or anything like that. But there could be a few showers to dodge for that concert on Thursday, okay? Now, once we get past Thursday, so like Thursday onward, okay, it gets crazy. It's a mess, guys. I mean, Brian's been talking about this a lot for the last week in general, but there really still is not a lot of clarity with this pattern. You still got this high pressure that's going to be just anchored off the East Coast. And there's still just going to be disturbance after disturbance coming in from the West. It's a traffic jam. Nothing can get a move on. So that's going to keep things rather unsettled. At the same time, we will have a tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico this week. I don't have the tropic map with me at the moment, but there will be a tropical system in the Gulf in the next couple of days. Is it going to be a tropical storm? Is it going to be a hurricane? We don't know. We just don't know yet. But that tropical system will move north and east and likely make landfall somewhere on the Gulf Coast Thursday or Friday, somewhere in that ballpark. And the moisture from that tropical system is going to move into wave country potentially by Friday or next weekend. Now, when we're talking about tropical moisture, what are we talking about? Well, it looks like more than anything else, the showery kind of stuff with maybe a few storms in the mix. But again, there are so many different components in the atmosphere that we got to sort out. The positioning, the timing, the speed. There's just a ton of pieces to the puzzle that we haven't found yet, and we can't finish the puzzle because of it. Okay? But in general, with that tropical system moving inland by the end of the week, there is a possibility that we'll get some moisture from that system, and that could eventually give us shower chances by next weekend. Helene, by the way, is the next name on the list. Now, how much rain are we talking this week? I show you this map cautiously I debated on whether or not I should show this, but I'm going to because it shows you the potential rainfall that we could see if we get these rounds of storms Monday and Tuesday, and if we get tropical moisture coming in here by the end of the week. These are not specific numbers. This is not saying at your house in Washington County that you're going to get 2.77 inches of rain, okay? It's too early for that specific. But you notice, in general, a good chunk of our region could see at least 1 inch of rain, maybe more, which would be awesome. We don't want any severe weather, right? We don't want flooding, but I mean, we need the rain. We need it badly, right? So again, I don't want to show specific rainfall numbers because this is still very much in flux. Like we mentioned, the end of the week forecast is bonkers. We still got to nail down a lot of little details with that forecast or with that part of the forecast. But I'm optimistic we will get some very, very beneficial rain over the next week or so. How much exactly remains to be seen, but I'm becoming more confident. Maybe at least an inch of rain for everybody, potentially higher amounts in a few spots. Okay? Comment time. Let's see. Jay says Festus calls them twisty winds. Yeah. I'm not a huge Seinfeld guy. I'm more of a Friends guy, but I get that reference for sure, Jay. That's a good one. Let's see. Please, please, please let there be more than 2 inches of rain in southern Indiana over the next week. Somehow. It could happen. There's the map. It could happen. I'm not going to rule it out. But it's just too early to, get into the nitty gritty of specific rainfall amounts, right? This is a good one, Rose. All the puzzle pieces didn't arrive with the box. No kidding. If Mother Nature, if she gave us these puzzle boxes, like with actually all the pieces, and we know where to put them, our jobs would be a lot easier. But it doesn't work out that way, unfortunately. Adam asks, will rainfall this week be enough to end the drought? My personal gut opinion says no. We have been so dry for really an extended stretch. I mean, you go back to first or second week of August. Remember we had like 4 straight alert days, stormy, and then we had nothing. It's basically been since then. So over a month and a half now, we just haven't had a lot. And when you have that long of a stretch without significant amounts of rain, Adam, it takes a while to get out of that drought. It's easy to go into that drought, but it's very, very difficult to get out of it. So, if we're talking more significant rainfall amounts, like 4 or 5 inches of rain, maybe we can get out of it quickly, but I just don't see that amount of rain at this point. That's a good question, though. Judith says, Washington County, Kentucky, Willisburg, need all the rain we can get. A good soaking would be ideal. Yeah, again, we're going to have waves of rain this week, my friends. So starting tomorrow into Tuesday, maybe a few showers Wednesday and Thursday. And then we could get some tropical moisture in here by Friday and into next weekend. So we've got plenty of opportunities to come. If you did not see rain this weekend, fear not. There's still plenty of opportunities left ahead. Let's see. All right. So that's where we stand for that particular portion of the 10-day. And you notice a week from now, so next Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday, I just keep the rain chances across the board because, again, all those puzzle pieces are still missing. Not even just for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but all the way into next Monday, next Tuesday, next Wednesday. So I would always, when I forecast, I would always err on the side of caution when it comes to rain chances, because it's a lot easier for you guys to forgive us when we say there's a chance of showers and nothing happens versus when we say there's no rain in the forecast and then Mother Nature surprises us. So we'll get more specific with these rain chances on the end of the 10-day once we get closer. But for now, I'm just playing it safe, keeping some of those showers around as we close out September next week and head into October. Next Tuesday, the second Tuesday, right here at the end, is October 1st. It's crazy. And you also notice, my friends, it's going to feel like it should this time of year. We'll cool things down into the upper 70s and lower 80s. Is it, true fall kind of feel? To each their own. Not necessarily. But it'll be better than the mid 90s, right? I'm becoming more optimistic that we're done with the 90s for the year. I'm not ready to say for sure yet, but I'm feeling better about it. So that's good. Excuse me. Any last minute comments, questions, thoughts, concerns before we wrap things up tonight? Again, I hope this day by day breakdown made sense for everybody, because this is going to be a pretty crazy 7 to 10 days. Not necessarily with severe weather or alert days or anything like that, but just trying to figure out each little piece of that big puzzle, right? Excuse me. Olivia asks a question that I actually get quite a bit, so I thought I'd answer it. Carson, did no one else work this weekend? You were here last night, this morning, and tonight. Hope you got some sleep. So my schedule is very unique. It is very, very unique. I basically hold down the fort on weekends. It is like my job responsibility here at Wave is do the weather on Saturday mornings, Saturday nights, then Sunday mornings and Sunday nights. It can be tough, especially on active weather weekends like we've had. But I get a nice trade-off in return. The team takes very good care of me. They take very good care of me. So we're in good hands here. But I know a lot of people wonder, like, how the heck do you do that? Well, some days I wonder how I do it as well. Just get little naps in between each shift. That's all you really can do. But thank you for asking, Olivia. Appreciate it. Let's see. Anything else before we wrap things up tonight? All looks good. Let's see. Great job. Thank you. Thank you, Weather Geek. Appreciate it. Thank you, Judith. Tanya, that's our job, is to keep you and your family safe. That is why we are here every single day out of the year. All right, guys. I've rambled too much and I'm hungry. I got to have some dinner. If you have any other comments, maybe you're going back to watch this video after it's recorded, just put them wherever you watch it, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever Elon decided to call it today. And I'll be glad to answer them as the evening goes on. We will be on tonight on Wave News again after Sunday Night Football. We've got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons on Wave this evening. So if you're a football fan, enjoy that game. I will probably have that game on in the office during my dinner break. And we will be on Wave News for a late edition of Wave News at 11. Once that game wraps up, hopefully it wraps up by 11:30 or 11:45 tonight. And we'll be there once that game is over. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, keep that umbrella handy, watch the skies, and watch the Wave Weather app for those storm chances as we go through this new week ahead. And even though we may not see a lot of sunshine this week, hopefully you're able to make it a nice work week ahead. All right, everybody, that's it for now. I will see you guys tonight on TV after Sunday Night Football. Have a good one.